there, my name is Celia Beckett, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. So this video, I'm hoping to get to a bunch of people I don't normally talk to. That'll be really nice. It's in response to Rothcornet. Freaking love Rothcornet. She's I think, a very good cinema. I don't know. Well, how would you describe it? Like journalist? I think that's better. I do like her. I think she's great. So anyway, she's in Hollywood. She's in the entertainment industry. So obviously, she's has political views. as one would expect, is the norm for people in Hollywood, which is fine, which is their right. But she posted. So I can't even remember what she posted. And this is why Twitter's a bad idea, a bad place, and a bad. He posted something, and which I had to reply. I don't know why. It was just stupid of me. Saying, listen, there's a lot, about 50 million people out there think there's like serious election fraud is going on, right? And that led to a reasonably controlled, calm conversation with somebody who has a different opinion of me, and it led me to have a bunch of thoughts. I think it'd be good for us all to talk about, right? I did think it'd be good for us all to talk about. And Rolf, if you're watching this, firstly, welcome. But secondly, you're right. We probably disagree on so many things. We disagree, on politics, religion, on theology. We probably disagree on many things. But the one thing we agree on is you're freaking awesome. You're awesome. I do like your work, and honestly, I just wish you would start your own channel and go off and do your own thing, because I don't know. I think you will probably do pretty well. That's my unbiased opinion, which is what we're going to talk about: biased and unbiased opinions. And my contention is there are no unbiased opinions, right? There are none whatsoever. So here's the way I see it. Oh, by the way, like, share, subscribe. That's really good. Subscribe, definitely. I really would like you to subscribe, even if you disagree with me, right? Because I just think it's better if we, if we can talk to each other. We can hear other voices. It's probably a good idea. Of course, and if you subscribe to my channel, other than making a rabbi happy, and I do not know how often you get that opportunity, other than making a rabbi happy, you can. I'm a real rabbi, by the way. Well, am I? I'm kind of defrocked, but I'm a real rabbi. You can also enter my weekly competitions. The prize this week is this fantastic hardback Judge Dredd graphic novel, Dark Side of the Moon. Look at that freaking awesome artwork, Brian Bolland. Right at the beginning of his career. Oh, wonderful. If you don't know Judge Dredd, lot of fun, lot of guns, lot of violence, lots of sci-fi action. All you need to do to win it is subscribe to the channel, and in the comments leave the hashtag Dark Side of Dredd. It's all in the video notes, telling what to do. We're doing the prize draw. It'll be on Sunday night. I do, generally speaking, Sunday night. It'll be Sunday, November 8th. And then we'll pick a new prize. I think it might be Ghostbusters Blu-ray next week. I think so. I don't know. We have to wait and see. Right, I do the prize draw on the TARDIS, which is another channel where we do a watch-along of Doctor Who episodes. So there you go. If you want to check that out, that's all. They're fun too. Fine. So the way I see it is this. There are three ways of believing anything is real. Anything is true, anything is real. The first way, you have faith, is the first way. You have knowledge, and then you have belief. You have three different: faith, knowledge, and belief. All three things are related and different. So knowledge is something you have, I would say, first-hand experiential knowledge of, right? You have, you have 5 fingers. I'm assuming you have a hand with four fingers and a thumb. You know that, right? You can see it, you know it. It's first-hand experiential knowledge. I would also say you have first-hand experiential knowledge, which is going to get us into a dodgy area of things you don't have direct knowledge of. Like, we, generally speaking, think the world to be a sphere rather than being flat. I know a lot of people believe it to be flat as well, but we, generally speaking, believe it to be a sphere because the level of conspiracy it will take to hide that seems impractical to me. It seems impractical. So that's knowledge. And you have faith. Faith is like you believe, even if you have evidence to the contrary of it. Faith is people believe in the divinity of Jesus. People believe in the all kinds of things. People, I think people believe that gender is the I think a secular faith is that the default normal setting for a human being is to have both one's gender and sexuality to be fluid. Now, I don't believe that. I think that's an act of faith, because I think the data just clearly goes up against that. I do believe, obviously, we have people who are fluid, gender and sexuality. I just feel that's a tiny minority, and the vast majority of humans are not there. And in fact, their sexuality and their gender are like really key parts of key and unchanging parts of one's identity, right? So that's faith. You have faith and knowledge, and then in the middle you have belief. Belief is like you have circumstantial evidence for, things that just kind of make sense. In the Middle Ages, people believed the sun and the moon rotated the Earth because that's what it looked like. Now, belief oftentimes can be true. Belief oftentimes cannot be true. My contention is belief goes with whatever that you really, really want to be true. So it's like one of the reasons that I contend that is the current political situation that we've been living through in the US. Now, again, it's a core belief of mine as well. I might be wrong with it. A core belief of mine, which again, my beliefs may 100% be different from yours. But used to be we could get on anyway, right? My beliefs are that basically people are good. People are good no matter what. I mean, they may have different cultural values. If you grow up in Syria, for example, you would think a married woman not wearing a hijab is immoral. You would think it's immoral not to be Muslim. These are which is immoral to think that if you live in the Western world, right? But it's the where there's lots of like plurality. I think that's the way to that's the strength of the Western world. So, but I think people, generally speaking, have a drive to be good within the definitions of their cultural values, right? So that's my other basic premise. So the problem we have right now is that it looks very similar to it looks very much like a massive voter fraud has been committed, right? I'm just trying to get to there we go. So let's open up this thing first. This is the reason. This is the second reason I'm making this video, because I saw this and I'm like, that is freaking brilliant. I love this. That is so going on the thumbnail. Really, really clever, and I think it very, very clearly describes the situation, because this was the vote tally in Wisconsin, right? Where you see, let me zoom in. And I'm going to qualify this in a second, right? Which is why it doesn't really mean what it apparently what it looks like it means. I don't know, but the step up was done at like 3:30 in the morning, where they found as 140,000 ballots, 100% for Biden, which is statistically basically impossible, right? I mean, there's always a mix. So it looks dodgy to me. Right? But here's that we're dealing with faith and belief here. We're not dealing with knowledge, right? That's the thing. We're not dealing with knowledge. None of us know. None of us. And here's something. Here's a fact I think no one can disagree with. That 100% of the people who think the allegations of voter fraud are nonsense, are not even worth discussing, not worth thinking about, are Biden supporters. 100%. 100% of the people who think there was significant voter fraud are Trump supporters, right? And 100% of everybody thinks the facts are with them completely. 100%. And I want to reiterate. I think everybody people basically want to be good people, right? That's what I think. So this sets the stage for something which is not very good, right? This sets the stage for something that's not very good. I don't see the Trump voters standing by and letting this go down. If the courts do not, if this goes forward and the way it's seeming like it looks like it's going to, even though I don't think it's going to go forward that way. If the courts allow this to go forward, I can see Trump voters moving to a organized armed resistance, where they may try and take control of states and re-vote. I can see that happening, because it's this is the tinderbox that we're on right now. We've had 4 years of a lot of noise. Let's just say a lot of noise, and yeah, a lot of real open hatred of Donald Trump and his supporters. And that hatred has led to a lot of missteps. I would say, and we were told a lot of things are going to be the end of the universe, and it just wasn't the case. We're told that having right at the beginning. Do you remember the Muslim ban, which wasn't a Muslim ban? It was a ban on several countries, but it was labeled a Muslim ban, so people could say it was racist. A lot of the time people who support Trump have been called racist for no reason whatsoever. Believing that the immigration should be legal. I don't understand how that makes you racist, and I think the comparison between that and there's naughty National Socialists in the 1930s of Germany. There's very naughty National Socialists that made camps. They made camps. They weren't fun camps. They weren't fun camps. They are camps that you went and you concentrated on them very hard, right? So I'm a rabbi. I used to work at Yad Vashem, the Holocaust Memorial Museum in Israel, right? So I know about this subject really quite well. And any comparison between that from the 1930s of orders to the current day immigration in on the southern border of the U.S. is an obscene level of Holocaust denial, right? It's just an obscene level. There is no similarity whatsoever. The only similarity is those camps where people would like to think very hard. They would concentrate, very, very hard. Had buildings in it, and the places where the detention centers where people are illegally trying to enter the country also have buildings. That is the only similarity, and you can take pictures of those buildings with aerial photography. That is the only level of similarity from somebody who is probably, compared to you, quite a significant expert. But anyway, so we've had a lot of screaming for a long time, a lot of screaming that we're terrible people. Right, and again, I understand that you guys believe completely in everything you believe, and I think you're probably good people, right? You believed it completely. You believe that Trump colluded with Russia, and you still believe it, right? You still believe it, which is fine. You believe that Trump's a racist, which is fine. I don't know what's inside his heart. I think using that speech from Charlottesville is a bit weird, because he does go and say, I completely condemn racism and white supremacy in that same speech. It was very clear he was talking about the protests about the taking down statues, right? But anyway, he might be, he might be. But it's all dependent on your belief system, right? So. Just like you believe completely in things that I think been categorically proved not to be true, and you still believe them, right? So too, Trump voters believe completely that electoral fraud has taken place. Why? Let's reiterate. Why do they believe it completely? Is this right? Yeah. Why do they believe it completely? Because it looks like it. Again. I'm not an expert. I'm going to zoom in on this again and say, want to be very, very clear. I'm not an expert, right? But what I would need to do for me to not believe this is voter fraud is for there to say, if you're in a situation that between 3:30 and 4 in the morning, where you say we're stopping counting, and you send people away and there's no observers, and then you find 140,000 ballots that are 100% for Biden, which has to be exactly what he needs to win the election. If that's normative, that's normative. I don't know. It sounds to me it's fishy. You hear it sounds fishy. If I may quote, Biden. Come on, man. Come on, man. It just sounds a bit fishy, doesn't it? It sounds fishy. So, I can see Trump supporters feeling they are being disenfranchised and they're being cheated. I can absolutely see it. Just in the same way, you will believe completely, if you're on the other side of the aisle to me, you will believe completely in Russian collusion. You always believe completely in the piss tape, for example, which was an obvious setup from Comey, right? The only reason that story got into the papers was because the briefing, the subject of the briefing was that he gave to Trump was then leaked by who knows? I think probably him. He seems to be a bit of a partisan, but again, that's my belief system, because the heart is the captain on the chest. But I say, just the same way you believe it, and so this guy's talking was saying has the opinion that people are eager to That's not true. Never judge one group by your standards. That's always a mistake. I think if there is like a real armed insurgency, like if that really is going to happen, it's going to be done with a very, very heavy heart, and it's going to be done on the premise that there is real, genuine electoral fraud going on, which that's what really needs to be disproved right now. And say no, there's nothing to answer doesn't help. Just in the same way, you needed to have the investigation into Russian collusion. Yeah, also, and in the same way when it was first elected. By the way, the reason I'm so in the bag for Trump, I wasn't so into him at first. I was like, Donald Trump's running for president? That's gotta be freaking hilarious, right? It's gotta be hilarious. And a good part of it was. But then, then I saw the media going from like being loving him to really misrepresenting what it like. Because if I see something, misrepresenting what he's saying, because if I see something live, right? If I see something and go, well, that's what this guy meant, and they have somebody say the absolute opposite, and they do it over and over and over again, either I'm insane, or they, which I guess it's what you might want to go on this, or this has been some quite disingenuous reporting and manipulation going on. But anyway, so I think people are basically good people, and I think whatever happens is going to be done with a heavy heart. But again, these people feel like the vote has been stolen. They feel it for a good reason, whether you like it or not. It's for a good. This looks fishy. This looks dodgy. And if you can have experts come out and say, no, this is completely normative, and show me other examples of it, fine. That's what you need to do at this point. So then there's this other story going on, which I think is a bit bonkers, right? I don't know. Listen, this is the third time I said this in the video. I'm a rabbi, right? So on Friday night I go offline, which is really good. On Friday night when the sun goes down, I'm offline. It's a Sabbath, and I stay offline for 25 hours. So anything, as soon as the Sabbath finishes, everybody goes to their phone and sees what's happening. God, he knows what I'm going to see. This Saturday night. The last time I had a shock. It was in the 2016 election where, was it 2 or 3 weeks beforehand, they released that report about who was it? That laptop that connected somehow to Hillary Clinton. And it looked a bit dodgy. So who knows what's going to happen. So anyway, the story going around right now, to me, sounds like a ridiculous rumor. It sounds like wish fulfillment, ridiculous rumor. Is that this is after the 2018 elections, where there was reportedly massive voter fraud using mail-in ballots. There was a new agency set up. Do I have the name of the agency? I actually had it here somewhere just now. And they've watermarked ballots. Where is it? It's they've watermarked. It's the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency. They've watermarked ballots, and they've targeted several states. And apparently, they're going to release this massive sting operation of voter fraud. Why they haven't done it yet, I don't know. But again, sounds crazy, but I might, Saturday night, that might be going down. I don't know, or dare to dream. But, listen, look, bottom line is this. We're all people, and I think people just want to be good. It used to be that people of differing outlooks could get on with each other, could respect each other, could like each other. It used to be that way, and it was a better way to live. It was a much better way to live than what we have now. It really, this is heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. I think the big problem is this, and this is who was it? Alan Dershowitz. Was it Alan Dershowitz said this, or no? It might have been him. Said, it's a massive mistake to moralize our political differences. To say that political differences are based on you think your way because you're a bad person. You think there should be border security because you hate people with brown skin, right? That's a terrible thing to do. That's a terrible thing to say. Because it's just patently untrue. Has nothing to do with that whatsoever. I think and yeah, the idea of there being border security being racist in general, it's not about that. It's not about it. It says people who think not having open borders, it's better for the country than having open borders. And it's not because they hate people, and it's not because they hate anybody because their skin's brown. So, again, I just want to appeal to anybody watching this on the other side of the aisle to me, that if they don't think this is going to be a tinderbox, they're mistaken, and the people who might take up arms are no different from you. They're no different from you, and they have good reason to do so until you prove there is no reason. Because again, looks fishy as hell. But again, belief is something that may or may not be true. Which is all it is. Belief is, we used to believe the sun and moon rotated the earth. And it wasn't. It just wasn't. All we got to do is establish it. But whilst that's going on, my appeal is to say, if somebody doesn't share your outlook on anything, doesn't make them evil, doesn't make them a bad person, and don't have the absolute worst interpretation you can give anyone because they don't align up with you. That's something that just destroys all of us. So anyway, thank you very much to Roth for replying to the tweet. It's really, really nice of you. I hope you don't find this too self-promoting. Well, look, I was gonna say I hope you don't find this too self-promoting, but I'm a terrible self-promoter. I am such a subscriber whore. I absolutely am. If you hate me, hit the subscribe button. If you love me, hit the subscribe button. If you're a bit ambivalent about me, hit the subscribe button. All that is true. Come back to my channel. If you want to come on the channel and talk about this with me, that will be fan-dabby double-dozy. My name is Philo Beckin, the Rabbi from another channel. Another channel? No! The Rabbi from another planet! It's always good. YouTube 101, baby. Know the name of your channel. My name is Philo Beckin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.